So this is a topic that comes up virtually every day in the clinic. People with chronic pain, people that have imaging, X-rays, MRIs, that kind of thing that come back negative, that aren't showing any damage per se. They can become fearful, or people that don't have a firm diagnosis explaining their pain. They become fearful that the pain is in their head. And this is a big topic to untangle, but I'll give you kind of the basic gist of how I first get into it here. Virtually, in reality, all pain is in your head. All pain. Even if you scrape your knee and that hurts, and you have a bleeding knee, and you can see where the damage is, you can see that there's damage and it's hurting, even that pain is in your head. Pain is a distressing experience. That's what it is. That's the definition of pain. A distressing experience. Pain is not like an infection. It's not a parasite that comes from outside of your body and attacks your body, and now there's a chunk of physical invader or something there that we call pain. Pain is feedback from your body, feedback to your brain, that your brain then interprets as pain. Your brain collects this feedback, and then it decides what to do with it. So in the case of your bleeding, scraped knee, it's very straightforward, right? I mean, part of that feedback is even visual feedback. Sometimes you cut your finger or something like that, and it doesn't hurt at all until you see it. And that's because the feedback that's making you hurt is that visual feedback. You see blood and you think, oh crap, something must be hurt there. I should be feeling pain. With chronic pain, the longer pain goes on, the more important the in your head part becomes, because as that knee scrape heals, and as it scabs over, and as it goes away, as the physical damage goes away, the pain should go away with it. But this is the complicated part about pain. We end up developing habits, like movement habits, like if my neck hurts every time I nod, so instead I go over here and my nod becomes this instead. I'll do that for 2 months if my neck hurts, and then this becomes my normal nod, just a little off kilter, and I will never notice it. I'll just think, yeah, I can nod. I mean, why would that hurt? But every time I do that from then on, that's a habit. And when I engage that habit, what it's saying to my brain is that we have to go over here and then nod, because if we don't, we'll feel some excruciating pain nodding here because we're broken. So it's a complicated message tied up in a very simple gesture. But you get lots of things like this. You get lots of habits like this. Basic kinesiophobia, where I could say, please, can you try to touch your right ear to your right shoulder? And someone will resist the idea, like, oh, I don't really want to do that because it's going to hurt. And I'll say, well, when was the last time you did it? I mean, did you test that this morning? Did you test it last week or whatever? And they'll say, oh, I haven't done it for months because it hurt. So I don't do it anymore. So basically, they don't have the evidence that this hurts anymore. It's just that it did hurt months ago. So they assume that movement is always going to hurt from then on. They become afraid of doing that movement. So there's lots of things like this where, as time goes on, that connection between pain and the physical damage in the tissue not evaporates, but it becomes less and less important. And those other aspects, the way you're thinking about pain, the way you're moving, those things become more and more important. But in all cases, even the most acute injury, you have a black eye, you have a scraped knee, you tweak your back, whatever it is, even in those cases, even when there's a very clear physical cause to your pain is still in your head. It's always in your head. Even in those cases with the scraped knee, there's just feedback. There's just nociception. That's what's going on. The nerves in your knee are sending nociceptive signals to your brain. Your brain is interpreting that as pain. That's how it's working. So all pain is in your head, and we need to get rid of this idea that pain being in your head is a bad thing. It's reserved for people that are faking or making up their pain, or people that are crazy, or people that have mental health problems, or whatever it is, right? I mean, all pain is in your head. So as soon as we can start treating it as such, we can start looking for those other things that cause pain beyond the basic physical stuff. And that's really the only way we're going to make progress in a lot of chronic pain cases. So wrap your head around that idea, get that idea into your head. Let me know what you think below. And don't forget to like and subscribe if you found this useful. Talk to you again soon.